Welcome back to my channel. This is Nikki of Nikki's Homemade Crafts. It's time to finish part 3 of the magical color changing mystery crochet along. You made all of this so far, so now we just need to add a few more things to it. You're still going to need some red and some white. So you're going to need some red in this area and some red down here, and you're going to need some white up here. We're actually going to start with the white part up here, and then we're going to do the other parts of it. So let's get started. So the red and white would be Premier's Anti-Pilling Everyday Yarn, and in total I used 2 skeins of the red and 1 skein of the white, not fully though, so there is some left over for the white, there is some left over for the red, but we needed a little bit more than 1 skein of the red. I'm also using a 4.5 millimeter hook. Quick reminder that there's a link down below in the description that takes you straight over to the free pattern, which includes the written instructions as well as a graph for all parts. If you prefer an ad-free version, you can join my membership, the Crochet Club, that gets you access to over 400 ad-free and printer-friendly patterns. Most of them have checkoff boxes so you can save your progress as you crochet through them. You also get access to exclusive content every week with a new pattern with a live video tutorial. Plus, we meet on a monthly basis. It's a really fun group to join. Come join us if you prefer ad-free content. So let's get started with this pattern. So you know that we have this much so far. So what we're going to do now is we're going to extend onto this. So I cut my red. You're done with the red. Cut your yarn, make a knot, and you can weave in this red here at the same time as we're working on the white. So you're going to pick up your white. You're going to pull it through one of the reds here, wherever it was the closest, I guess the first stitch. And now you're going to make a chain of 18. And now you're going to turn your work this direction. If you're a lefty, it would be the other direction, of course. It doesn't really matter. We're going to add a ribbing to it the same way as you would if you have a top-down hat. So we're going to do that in single crochets, and we're just going to go and make 1 row of single crochets, and then after that we're working in the back loop only. So let me show you how this works. So I made a chain of 18, and now starting from the second chain from the hook, I'm going to crochet 1 single crochet per chain. You do not have to crochet loosely here. In fact, it's actually recommended that you don't. You can totally go down in hook size. The tighter you crochet in this is actually better because it makes it a little bit cleaner. You should have 17 stitches now. I went again into the back bump, but it's totally up to you where you're going to do it. It is much cleaner if you do so though. Now we're going to slip stitch to the next stitch, which connects this. So think of it as each stitch is kind of 1 row. So we made a chain row right here, and then we made the single crochet row, which now connects to the next stitch. And now we need to make a new row onto it. So we need to slip stitch again to the following, because that's the new row that we're now adding onto it. So you slip stitch into the second and third one right here. Now you're going to turn your work. I'm just going to hold it like this, and I'm going to go into the back loop only of my single crochet stitches that I just made. And just like before, I'm skipping my chain of 1. It makes it cleaner and it makes it less bulky. And now you're going to turn your work, and now you're going to crochet again into the back loop only and all the way back. If you notice after a few rows that your project is much wider than your stitches over here, then there's 2 things you can do. 1, go down in hook size. It means tension is too loose or too big, however you want to call it. You can simply go down in hook size. The other option would be to do, instead of doing single crochets, you can do slip stitches. That also reduces the width of your project. Otherwise, just continue doing it. If this is all clean looking, and not too wide, then you're good. And then just keep going with the single crochet stitches. So once you did your last stitch, you're now going to slip stitch to the following stitch and then into the next. So because this is the slip stitch that is now for this row, we now need to do the new row. So we're doing another slip stitch and turning your work. I just flip this back and forth. And now you're going to continue on doing your single crochets in the back loop only, and keep doing this all the way around. And then you're going to slip stitch the very last row with the first row together, and that is your cuff. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll show you how it looks like. Once you're done and you slip stitch the last row together, it's going to look like this. All you have to do at this point is fold it in half so that the cuff is ready. So now we need to work on the other two pieces. We're going to first work on the bottom. So we need to now reattach our red and finish up the bottom. So let's do that. So simply attach your yarn, and you're going to make a single crochet in the first stitch. And if you went into the back bump, you now see the beautiful V's over here. So it's very easy to insert your hook into it and crochet your stitches right through it. We're just going to focus on single crochet stitches, although if you wish, you could totally do with a waistcoat stitch. It would just go into the opposite direction. But I'm just going to stick with single crochet and finish it up that way. So you're going to crochet one single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And now you're going to do a decrease. There's different ways to decrease. You can do the regular way or the invisible way. I like to do the invisible way. So I'm going to go through the front loops of 2 stitches like so. Yarn over and pull through both. You have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through. And now you're going to repeat that sequence. So you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then you do a decrease. You're going to do that all the way around until the end of the round. Once you finish the round, slip stitch to the first stitch. And now let's continue. In the next round, you're just going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch all the way around. At the end of the round, simply slip stitch, and then we go to the following round. In the next round, we're going to continue decreasing. So you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then you're going to do a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now a decrease. Again, I prefer doing the invisible way, so I'm going through the front loops of 2 stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. And now I'm going to repeat that sequence all the way to the end. In the next round, you're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch all the way around again. Then slip stitch to the first stitch, and let's keep going. The next round again is a decreasing round. So you're now going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then you're going to do a decrease. Again, I prefer the invisible way, so that's what I'm going to do. Now go ahead and do that all the way around. So 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then a decrease. And slip stitch to the first stitch, and the following round again we're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch. In the next round, after doing the slip stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then a decrease. You're going to do that all the way around, slip stitch to the first stitch, and then do 1 round of just single crochet stitches. In the following round, after doing another round of single crochet stitches, as I mentioned, we're doing a decreasing round again. So 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, and then a decrease. Then again, 1 single crochet and a decrease. Do that all the way around, and then slip stitch to the very first stitch, and then do 1 round of just single crochet stitches. All right, we have 1 more row of decreases. So I did 1 row here of just single crochet, just like I mentioned. So now we need to do 1 row of just single crochet decreases. So I'm just doing what I did before. I'm inserting my hook through 2 stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. Now I'm doing that all the way around, and I should end up with 8 stitches. All right, once you're done, go ahead and do your final last slip stitch and then pull out your loop, cut your yarn beforehand. And now we're going to simply sew this. So how you're going to sew together is up to you. You can do it as a magic, you can do it in a circle and just pull it, or you're just going to go back and forth. And now all you have to do is weave your yarn through the front loops of all your stitches, pull, which is a reversed magic ring, and then weave in your ends, and you are done with your toes. So now all we have to do is this section right here, which is the next part. Now it's time to do the heel. We're going to attach our yarn. I'm making a slip knot and attach it to my hook. And now we're going to go all the way around here and going in rounds. And I highly recommend you grab a stitch marker because we're doing continuous rounds to make it cleaner. So simply attach a yarn, make sure your yarn end's a little longer because you're going to have a gap here and you need to sew that closed. It is typically only on one corner here. So I'm going to do a single crochet in the first stitch as well as all the other stitches all the way around. So you're simply going to crochet this entire round. So you start here, go all the way around, go on the top here and until here. Then you add your stitch marker into the next stitch. But for now, I'm just going to add it right here because this is my first stitch and I always like to have my stitch marker on the first stitch. So now go ahead and keep going. We're just going to do 1 single crochet per stitch for the very first round. In the next round, crochet 1 single crochet and then add your stitch marker. And then you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next 11 more stitches. So that means there's 12 in a row. And then a crochet a decrease the same way as we done before. So through the front loops of the next 2 stitches, pull up your loop, yarn over and pull through. Now go ahead and repeat that all the way until the end. Once you're at the end of the round, go ahead and crochet 1 single crochet in the following stitch, which is the first stitch of the next round. Reattach your stitch marker and now crochet 1 single crochet in the next 10 stitches, so you have 11 in a row, and then place a decrease. Then repeat that 1 single crochet in the next 11 stitches, decrease, and so forth until the end of the round. For the next round, go ahead and crochet 1 single crochet, attach your stitch marker again, and then 1 single crochet in the next 9 more stitches, so it's 10 in a row, and then crochet a decrease. Now go ahead and repeat that until the end of the round. In the next round, with the stitch marker in the very first stitch, crochet 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches, so 9 in total, and then crochet a decrease. Then repeat that until the end of the round. Let's continue on to the next round. And with the stitch marker on the very first stitch, you're going to crochet 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches, so 8 in total, and then you do a decrease, and then you repeat that until the end of the round. In the next round, 1 single crochet in the next 7 stitches. Don't forget to add your stitch marker on the very first one, and then a decrease. Go ahead and repeat that until the end of the round. In the next round, 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. Add your stitch marker to the very first stitch, and then a decrease. Then you repeat that until the end of the round. And in the next round, 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches and a decrease in the following. Then go ahead and repeat it until the end of the round. In the following round, 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches with the stitch marker on the very first, and then a decrease, and then go ahead and do that until the end of the round. In the last round, you're going to crochet just invisible single crochet decreases all the way until the end. So start with the very first one and then attach your stitch marker to make sure you're not doing too many or not enough. And as I said, invisible single crochet decreases all the way around. Once you're done, go ahead and cut your yarn and pull it out. You're going to attach it to a needle, and now you're going to go around it through the front loops of every stitch, pretty much the exact same way as we did with the toes. Just go all the way around, and then you pull and close the hole. And now go ahead and make a knot somewhere, a very small one to make sure it's not visible, and then weave in your ends. And then you're done, and you can finally see, obviously you probably could tell already that we made a stocking. Beautiful stocking. We have the toes over here, the heel, and the cuff, and now the entire project is done, and it looks so amazing and beautiful, and I can't wait to see your version. You can add now some kind of attachment here, so it's an actual stocking, whether you're going to crochet it or you're going to add a wooden piece or a leather piece. I'm probably going to add a leather piece to it. I haven't decided yet, so that you can actually hang up your stocking, but which one you're going to add is up to you. And you are now done with your stocking, and you can make many more, and it's so fun to make this. But you only learned one type of color changing technique, so there are so many more different ones, and I want to teach them all to you. And I have a special live happening tomorrow, so go ahead and check it out. There will be a link here at the end of the video, so make sure you keep watching until you see it. That live will be available as a replay once the live is over, of course, but we're going to talk all about different types of color changes and something that you can learn how to make your own graphs and all kinds of other things. It is a fun event filled with colors and color work and different ways to change colors, all for crochet. So I'm super excited for that. So come and join our event that happens tomorrow. As I said, the link will be provided right here shortly. But in the meantime, you need to finish your stocking and post your picture into the group with the hashtag OCT23MCAL for October 23 MCAL, and post it into the Facebook group Crocheting with Nikki, so I can celebrate you. Plus, if you do it until the deadline, which is tomorrow morning, then you have a chance to be one of 3 winners, and I'm going to announce the winners during the live, so you better be there or watch the replay. Super excited. You have something amazing you can win. I'll talk all about it tomorrow. So will I see you there? I sure hope I will. So until then, let's get cracking and go ahead and crochet and finish your stocking. You now have a head start for the holiday season. I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and share this video. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell to get a notification next time I'm publishing a video or go live. Now go ahead and watch the next video. You're going to want to, I promise you do.